Now, let me be, excuse me, let me
So
be
it's not that it's not melting; it's totally melted.
perfectly
It's just
frank.
that I have to first.
I would just like to, Niall, I love you. I love his, he puts me in RNM sleeping videos. I'm telling you, I love this stuff. You just can't get enough of the squeaky. But I mean that seriously with the chemistry, obviously. You know, I got you out here in one of the top books. I do this compliment sandwich in the read technique to isolate you from the herd here for a reason. I want to talk about this PSTD hypervigilance of that their distillation flask, the squeaky that comes up in standard models, because I do that. I do that stuff. This would be something I would watch as a horseman. Obviously, very old video. Been around a couple of years. Probably got his chest caved in from the internet about most of it every time he does it, because that is life. That is the standard model stick person. Any outie upside down, a scientist, mathematician, everything. And hopefully this gives you a photo. Some things that maybe I get running around through my head, and I'll change out those scenarios and situations ever so high and low, -1, 0, 1, log 10, log 1, log 2, log 3, log odds, evens, different patterns or different how you're going to build to an algorithm that would get to some stuff. Wave function duality of the spin. And so there's a way to readjust that, right? If you're noticing that, you would say, all right, let's capitalize inside the events, inside the photo here.
Break an oxide layer.
We're getting to it. There's other ones in here where just to be funsies, just a grind, just to grind out. But I bring up this because, was it this one? Yes, it was. I think it cracked the glass or exploded it.
Thank you.
I was waiting for it. I wanted it to. I knew one of them does. He cracks it and makes a mess or something. And my point, we can make improvements here. Not just chemistry. If you didn't really notice me bagging on him and me being the sharps guy, I'd be like, hey,
Tame.
touch one of my chess pieces, I'll be upset with you.
We're gonna just look and see. The red hot metal hits.
They don't need that is not required for this.
Well, not air bubble. I guess water vapor. So it
very good. And again, the photos that he's bringing in are like why I take the.
But right here, it explodes at the bottom.
Just so we get it all in the video.
That explosion travels
the
up.
We're talking about this fire drill sergeant knife hand. PSTD comparatively to hypervigilance, right? We're talking about what's on the pack, how many of them a day, that specialty game when you're sleeping in the mill, not wrapping something, losing it, creeping on the back end of the day or something, right? I want to be in low, kind of slow, gain it by early part of the day, come down on the wave function, and still end those. But there's going to be sub operations, so that's one.
At the end of the day, the amount of tin that's used doesn't
like
really
the way
matter.
GPT-3
We're
does
just
one.
Keep it in the oven until it's
ones and zeros.
1200 C. Right?
You're gonna take this log equation, right? You're gonna hijack some zeros and stick them with each other in a program because, well, the calculus and the area of projections of the types of it that you're doing at the speed of noticing those and having momentum, inertia to systems. Okay, so yeah, that's great views, love it, and you got to watch that stuff because that's the kind of thing actually people like. They like this, it's crazy and that's the way it is, and that's a piece of it. You get it through prime indexes here. Take some.
Now there's an extra 35 grams of tin now.
Those are some concepts I want to bring up mathematically. I bring that up because, with all due respect and everything like that, I want to make sure that we can't. I think we need to think about the chemistry, the organic chemistry, the chemical analytics, because those wave functions all work the same way. I have
Hello,
videos.
Isabel.
He could go get me
Hello,
one of
everyone.
mine in one of my old videos
Glenn,
in
the
the mill
pandemic
and
forced
give me a
many labs to
first-degree
implement
burn of
social
the
distancing
same
and remote
exact
working.
stuff. And if I wasn't paying
Instruments typically
attention,
require
not on
someone to
video,
monitor
I'm
the
sure.
progress of sample
I'm
analysis.
sure I was a
What have they
Murphy
done
up
to cope
there,
with this
2
situation?
knuckles deep, and you know that
Well, Isabel. Should be good.
should be good. Why does it matter,
That's just pure
Sharks?
liquid.
What?
With
What do you
let's
want?
do
What could you
this.
possibly?
Junk on top.
Hurry before it cools
I'm
off.
stalling because I'm scared. Okay?
Give him tap cobra. Tap the cobra. Yeah. So you do it again? You just
see what
exploded
flew
at
out of
once.
Fire.
Smash.
You saw it hit the glove?
So
Look like it.
I'm having some fun
Well,
with
that's why I'm
it.
protected.
Obviously,
Yes.
physics
No
is
one
next.
reminded me
There
to
was
stop.
some
I
notes
know.
just
I
to
did
do
it all
math
on
and
my
physics
own.
and just drive this point home. Just
It just exploded.
we're gonna do some Evil Knievel
The moment
bits.
it hit
If you
the
notice,
surface.
she's been stacking up pretty good, right? I got like this 3 set, maybe a HUD on some
So here's the
geometry
problem. We
of
had
the
2 variables.
glassware
We
inside
had
here. Most
less
of
water
it, some
and more
basic
tin.
experiments,
It's called bad science.
building into some
So we
heavy
don't know
Tylenol
whether it
2
was the higher
salicylic
content of
acid
tin
breakdown,
that made
just
it
the
explode.
reduction,
Like right
just
away,
the
based on the limited footage that I saw on the high speed,
distillation, and just
it
the
looked like it hit the surface and
recrystallization
immediately
process.
exploded. And it looked like
You-
it had
you-
a
you will be
bigger
reducing it
impact when it hit,
Right.
to
which would
do
be
the
because it
distillation
had more velocity
in this
when it hit the surface
experiment,
of the water.
right?
So I think putting it very high up
The area
might be
of the curve
idea where
when
it has
the
a very sleek
slopes here are
entry
so close
to the
to,
water,
or
so it
Q
makes
is
it to the
close to
bottom, and
P,
it's at the
but
bottom
cannot be P,
that it explodes.
is
Does that make sense?
All right, let's try it.
To get rid of the same variable, we'll just reuse what
so
we
again the
have, and then
physics
just use
we're
higher
dropping
water.
down
And that will
sequences
tell
here,
us if it
but 3 of
explodes,
them, and I got a lot of
like
glassware
pops
in
again,
there. These
then
are
we know it was
ideal
just the mixture.
situations. They
But
don't
if
really
it
bounce
doesn't
off
and it
each
gets to
other.
the
I don't
bottom,
have
we
to
know
worry
it's
about
like
glass or
the,
plastic
color
or
velocity.
any kind of crazy coming into it too much.
So,
Just in the romper room
Chainsaws
there,
on the face.
moving
No.
around,
Good.
just being moves
the
there,
last run. We're out
new
of
electrons
jars.
or no, yeah, new muons. I mean, it's Mark
The
Muller.
stove has tanked
Try it.
out.
It's on the table.
yeah, it survived.
You know, that's this. You know, just
Okay,
talk
I think
about
you
the
got
Reed
it.
experiment for a moment here. You want to be a chemist? I'll break you off. Get you in there, expose you to some information, some truths,
This is gonna
false
be
lives
the
that you've been
explosion.
living inside here. Or, how does it go? Let's see this here. Let's see.
Was that a confirmation?
You know,
of
when
our-
you did graph it, what you may have found is, all right, P1's a 36-year-old, P2's a 5'9",
Came up with it.
P3's 150 pounds, and P4's a male, and it could be me in any different stage in the game, and I didn't tell you that because, well, it shouldn't matter, really. I mean, given long enough time,
See, that's what the blast shield was for.
Damn.
this will be an Evil Knievel jump, is something like that. Maybe even throw a ball. I haven't really totally
Yeah, it
decided
detonated at the
on,
bottom. Look.
you know, we'll get some FMAs. It's hard to break this, but you would need to do some kind of stick person interjectories with real Bernoullis or breaking or those values. That's a wave function. That's a field theory. That's
Mysteries like that.
what do we got here? Modern and classical physics. That's speed and velocities. Their motion and positions. I need the speed in which that glass broke, and the velocity, therefore, if momentum or however that plays out. I'll dig one of them up. And that's the infield to the theory. You know, that's we'll jump in this however I want to make that crazy monster do before we get into the NP programming it, right? But back to the statistic plasticity of a deformed steel beam. That's still real good. You know, crowbar beat up, still going to do the job. Maybe not for some of the glass work, but not so bad. What's the program? Do I
We're
need to
proud
get
to
that to
introduce
bubble
the
out of
Mill
the beaker
Essentials lab
because your
labeling
amounts
system.
were too
An
fast in
intuitive
terms
labeling
of the
system
time, the
combining
local clock or
laboratory-grade
world clock?
adaptable labels,
Ooh.
a compact
Catch you
Wi-Fi
on the next
printer,
one.